Welcome back to the next video. In this video I will show you how to overlay an image on your live camera preview as well as image capture in React Native's new architecture for Android using Media 3 effect as well as CameraX. Now first things first, I am using React Native 80, which is the latest at the time of me recording this video. I will not be using any third-party packages, so all the code which I will be writing will be native code. And before I show you guys the code, I'll quickly show you guys the output as well. So here I have recorded the output. I'll just play the video. So here you can see first it is asking for camera permission. I'll give the camera permission. Then here is our live camera preview. So here you can see we have overlaid the image on our live camera preview. Next I'll just click on this capture button. Even the capture button is native code. And once the image has been captured, we are displaying inside an image view, which is React Native's image view. So yeah, that's all there is to the output. Now let's see how to do this. So first here I have just opened our project. So first you can just create a React Native project using this command. Now this is only for Android, so we don't require CocoaPod install. So this is false, which is fine. And instead of demo, you can write your own project name. Now in the meantime, I'll also open the terminal. Because we will need to run few commands, and I'll just cd to our app. So here is my app, right? So I'll just cd to it and I'll clear everything out. Then we need to create few folders. Now in this particular example, they have given, in this particular documentation, they have given the example of web view, but here web view will not make sense in our case. So I have used the name as my camera. The name can be anything, but if you are doing this for the very first time, it's better you follow what I am doing, because that name is very important and it will be used in lot other places as well. So you might get confused if you decide to go with a different name. So we won't be running this command. So what we can do is, first you need to just create a folder. So I'll minimize everything. Okay, first you need to create a folder called specs inside the root of your React Native project. Then just go to Android app src main, and inside java.com, here you need to create a folder called my camera. Like I said, this name can be anything, but this name will be used in lot other places as well, so it's better you follow what I'm doing. Then here we need to define a specific. So here inside our specs folder, we need to create a TypeScript file, right? So here you can see the name would be my camera native component. Native component is very important because this helps the code gen to recognize our file and do code generation accordingly. So native component is a must irrespective of what file name you give, but the name should be whatever package name you have created inside the Android folder. So just go to the specs folder over here, and here we have created my camera native component.ts, and here I'll just copy paste all this code. So yeah, feel free to pause the video. So here like I have copy pasted it from this documentation, but I have changed few things. Firstly, we are not using any prop, so I have removed this, and instead of on script loaded, I have taken it as on image taken, and also here I have changed the name to custom my camera. So on image taken refers to this camera, my camera image taken event. So this is a result. So this will actually give us back the image URL of the captured image. Alright, then we need to go to package.json, and if you see in the documentation, they have literally copy pasted. So I'll literally copy paste all this code and I have pasted it over here, but again I need to make few changes. Firstly, this should be my camera, as well as this should be my camera, and here it should be custom my camera over here as well. Now given that we have modified the package.json file, we need to run npm install. Unfortunately, this step is missing in the documentation, but it's better to be safe than sorry. So just do npm install. Now we need to do code generation. For that, you just need to cd to the Android folder over here. So I'll just cd to Android, and then we just need to run this particular command. So just copy this command and paste it over here. So this will do code generation for us. I have already ran this command, so that's why it was pretty quick. In your case, it might take a bit of time. Then we need to create this particular file. Now we can't really copy paste the code of this because this is the actual implementation file, so I'll completely ignore this file, but we have to create an equivalent file for us. So firstly, before we create that file, we need to add some setup. So first you need to go to build.gradle, and here you need to add this camera code dependency, camera 2, camera lifecycle, camera view, then camera media 3 effect, which is still in alpha at the time of me recording this video. Alright, and the last dependency which we add is media 3 effect. Now by the time if you watch this video later on, if this media 3 effect does become stable, make sure you use the stable version, but this is still in alpha, so make sure you add all these dependencies. Then you need to go to android manifest.xml, and here you need to add internet permission, because we will be downloading the image from internet before overlaying it. Then we also require the hardware camera permission as well as write external storage permission as well. Then just go to test app, and sorry, not test app, my camera, and here you need to create this react my camera.kt. Now firstly you will need to give it some package name. Now these are all the imports, so feel free to pause the video and just copy all these imports which are there. So I'll simply scroll through this file. Okay, then here we have this we create this class. Then here is our react context, then here is our camera, here is our preview view, this is the image capture, here we initialize our button, here we initialize our preview view as well. Then here is our camera executor service, and here we have our process camera provider. Here we have the back facing lens. Then here we get hold of our current activity as well. Then we set the layout params to our viewfinder. Viewfinder is basically our camera preview. Then here we call this method install hierarchy filter by passing in our viewfinder. Then we add our viewfinder to our view. Then here we set the text of our button, background color, text color, alpha as well. We also set the layout params for our capture button. Then we add it to our view. Then we add a click listener on it as well called take photo. Then inside on attach window, if it has the permission, then we just do viewfinder.post setup camera. Then here we do on detach from window, where we just shut down our camera executor as well as unbind our camera provider. Now coming back to this method, so this is basically a hack which we need to write. So if you want to learn more about it, you can visit this particular URL. So this issue has been open in the React Native repo since past 8 years. It still hasn't been fixed. We need to do this hack, otherwise you won't be able to see your camera preview. That's why. Then here we call setup camera, we get hold of our camera provider future, we add a listener to it as well, and then we bind the camera use case. Then here we get hold of our viewfinder width as well as height. Then here we get hold of our rotation as well. Then here we get hold of our camera provider. Here is our camera selector as well. Then here we have this aspect ratio strategy. Here is our resolution selector as well. Here we initialize our preview view and set the resolution selector as well as target rotation. Then here we have image capture.builder, for which we set the capture mode, resolution selector as well as target rotation. Then here we do use case group.builder, add our preview use case as well as image capture. Here we initialize our media3 effect. Then here this is basically the code for overlaying the image. We'll come back to this particular method later on. And then we add our media3 effect to our use case group builder. We unbind our camera provider, we bind it to the life cycle. Then we assign new camera to our camera variable, and then we initialize our preview.surface provider equal to viewfinder.surface provider. Then here we call take photo, we get hold of our image capture. Then we do simple date format. Then we do content values.apply by passing the display name MIME type, and if Android version greater than P, we also set the relative path. Then here we do image capture.output file option.builder, and here we pass the external content URI by passing the content values as well. Then here we do image capture.take picture. Here we override on image saved. So here we get the URI of the saved image, where we return it back to React Native side with the help of this method. Then we unbind our camera provider. Here we just check if we have the required camera permissions or not. Then here we have this tag of my camera. Here we have file name format as well, and this is the code for overlaying the image. So here you can see we have to create an immutable list builder first. Then here we do static overlay settings.builder, set rotation degree, alpha scale, we set the scale as well. And here is the image URI. Now instead of this, you can pass your own image URI or send it via props from React Native side. Then here we do bitmap overlay dot create static bitmap overlay. Then here we do overlays builder dot add bitmap overlay. Then we do overlays builder dot build, and if it is empty we pass it as null, else we do overlay effect passing in our overlays. Now sending the image URL back to React Native side is a bit involved process. You need to write this bit of code. Now this I have copied it from the documentation, if you see over here, but I have refactored it because we don't have this on script loaded, right? We have this on image taken, so you need to refactor it a little bit of names here and there, so make sure you do that. Next, if you see, we need to create this manager class as well over here. So here I just create this react my camera manager.kt, and here I have just given our package. Now this I have mostly copied it from the documentation. Only thing is we have removed the source URL prop, we are not using that, And here if you see, these are all the imports, and everywhere instead of web view I'm using my camera. So that's the only change. And here I have made a change. So here we have this callback of on image taken, right? So that's what I'm using everywhere else. Now let's just scroll down again. Here we have this package class as well. So again, I'll just open that react my camera package.kt. Again, these are all the this is our package name, these are all the imports. Then here, this I have copy pasted it from the documentation, but again, instead of web view I have written it as my camera. Everything else remains the same. Okay, then let's see how to so we need to import this inside main application as well. So go to your application, main application.kt. here you will have to add this particular import, and you also need to add this line of code as well. Okay, once that is done, just scroll down. Let's see now how to use it. For that, you can just go to app.tsx. Firstly, I'll show you the imports. So these are all the imports which I have. Then here I have taken a state for our image URL and one state just to check whether camera permission was granted or not. And here I am checking whether the user is using Android version 10 or above. This is because from Android version 10 and above, we don't require the right external storage permission. That's why. So here I have defined a method, and depending on the Android version, I am requesting the appropriate permission. And once the permission has been granted, I'm just changing the state over here as well as over here. Rest everything remains the same. And inside use effect, we just call request camera and storage permission over here. Then here you can see if image URI is not equal to empty, then we display the image using this particular thing. And if the image URI is empty, which is at the start, and if camera permission is granted, then we display our camera using this. Else we just display a text saying camera permission not granted, and these are all the styles for it. So yeah, that's all there is to it. If you have any questions, do let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching. Bye.